Testing, testing. Done. Test, test, test. Let's try it now. Testing, 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 testing. Ah, what's that? Oh, I wanted that. That's okay. Testing, testing. Test, test, test. Let's try it now. Be still, my beating heart. Won't be a second. Getting coffee. Yes, the audio works. Hooray. Okay, so let's just stick that in a bigger font, just so that people can see my big font. Right then, so just going to go and get my coffee, okay? Meanwhile, you watch my dogs, make sure they're not naughty. If they are, tell them off. That was massively aggravating. Right then, hello everybody, how are we all? Oh, and our viewer. Hello viewer. Right. Burping, farting and doing all the other things. So, let's get this window up. Should be optimised. Cool. Don't forget to ring that bell and hit like and subscribe for no added benefits whatsoever for either of us. I swear to God, trying to get people's interest on the internet so flipping hard. Okay, so I'm down here and let's go. And down here I should have the redesigned, rebuilt Captain Malin. Now that's the old one. So that can go. Eventually. If it ever deletes. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Much appreciated, Alan. My lovely. Have I told you lately that I love you? Because I do. Right. Now, down here. So, I need to assemble day one. So, let's go into my levels. Days. Now, I know that day one template, which is this, day one, is working okay. So what I want to do is I want to clean out some of my old templates and put this up here. So let's get rid of day template, new water, day promo, and day template. Because I don't need them. I'm pretty sure I'm not using these ones. Soon find out though. Ominous. Graphics card making lots of noises. Lots of noises. Remove some of my ornaments just in case it explodes. Okay, so what it's doing at the moment, the computer, is it's loading up the packages that I need to delete. So you're seeing on my main window here that I'm selecting a few things and deleting them. Now this is stuff that if you've watched my streams before, you'll kind of know what I'm looking at here. This is the key, or quay, or however you want to pronounce it. Now this is the persistent level, day 1. That was tits. EGZ293. What a lovely sound that was. Welcome aboard. Right, let's see. So, I'm going to try and delete these 3 files. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed, eh? I'm just trying to clear up some of the stuff because I don't need this much stuff, if you know what I mean. Oh, what a lovely day. I'm wearing my summariest shorts, which is good because it's about 2 degrees Celsius today. What are you doing, dogs? Dogs? You're eating your chew bones. Brilliant. Well, you enjoy eating your chew bones. By the way, sometimes it can take a little while to delete some files. I've told my students this in the past. That's why I'm not, I can pretend to be typing if you want. But it's not going to do much. Oh, March. Well, it's no longer March, so I don't think I need that note. So, how's whoever is listening in the chat doing? Isn't this exciting? Just waiting for... You can't even see the window. The modal window that's popped up is here, okay, in the top corner, just telling me it's deleting things. So it just looks like I'm being lazy. A lot of my development is like this, just waiting for the software to do its thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hello new viewers, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome to game development. This is exactly what it looks like, just waiting for stuff to happen so we can get on with doing some work. Remember, click that like and subscribe button for no benefits whatsoever. Right. Got it. Okay, so day 1 is saved. So let me just save this now. So I'm going to save current level as, okay. And our current level is going to go in the days folder, and now we've got day 1 Monday and main template. Neither of those are really what I need. What I need to do is create a new one. Ha! Sweet, working in Max. I tell you what, 3ds Max works so well with Unreal Engine. You can just literally import like straight off. If you've got a complex scene, you just install Datasmith and bammo, straight into Unreal Engine. It is surprisingly good. I've worked with so many high polygon scenes as well, it's just utterly ridiculous. Anyway, good luck working with Max. I'll try not to distract you too much. If my voice gets a little bit too loud, turn me off. Wow. That's something streamers aren't supposed to say, allegedly. But I'm only streaming because it means I've got a bit of company and I can talk to myself without looking too mental. Because I will anyway. Okay, so let me see. This is Wickie primary level. Bam. Okay, so this is our main stream level for when we initialize the world. There we are. So Wickie primary level, and it's inside the correct folder, so that's good news. So if I come down here, now that I've given some thought to this a few times in how I'm going to set this up, because I did initially want to have my main characters kind of all contained inside the same level and just call them when needed, but that is so complicated. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. Now if I go to my window, levels, and I'm going to drag this just over next to my world outliner. So these are the various different levels I've got here. These are all streaming levels, And the level that I'm particularly interested in is the a new one, I think. So levels, create new. Now for my new level, it's going to be completely empty, and I'll create it in my streaming levels, and I'm going to call it actually, hang on, it's in the wrong one. Streaming, there we are. So I'm going to call this I'll call it D1 just as a reference. Now the idea is I want to be able to load things up into D1. As you can see here, D1 is already loaded, and I'll change its streaming method at the moment to always loaded. Now if I was to click play at the minute, I think everything's unloaded, so we'll not see the key. We'll hear some music, but oh no, my mistake, the key's loaded as well. I don't think I've got my let's have a look. No, I haven't. Weird. Okay, well, it'll work either way. So, right. So, what I'm going to do next is, hello, other viewers. How are you? If you're not subscribed already, remember to hit subscribe for no benefits. Right. So, I can see here I have my BPMPC in the scene. Now, I don't really want that in the scene, so I'm going to hit delete. And this will take a moment because he's not actually in that level. And then I'm going to click Save All. And if you look, you see he was in a completely different level, probably in Landscapes or Wickie Primary or something. Let's save selected. Now, it's important that I'm working inside of the D1 level. I'm going to get this torch. Okay, so this is BP torch under SM flashlight. Wherever the hell I put that torch anyway. That's weird. Okay, BP torch. Here it is. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that for the minute. Just delete it, because anything that belongs to day one should stay only in the day one level. So that's gone. Click Save All. And that'll save the key level which it was in. Okay, because the thing is that the torch and everything else doesn't belong to the key level. It belongs to no, what do you call it? See how the shaders are recompiling? Yeah, these things belong to the day one level because they become part of the well, the plot basically, when it comes down to it. Okay, so let's save all again, and again you'll notice that was pulled from the key because that's where that was. Now don't worry if you don't understand what the hell I'm doing, okay? A lot of it is literal trial and error. Right then, now I have to get my Captain Malin. That's the first thing. Okay, and Malin, the idea of him is he's a blocker. Okay, he's here to stop you from just zooming through the level by pointing out that you need to take the torch. So, content. And I'm going to go to my blueprints. And down here I've got my own blueprints that I've created. So, here we are. So, over here, let me have a look. Well, there's the torch. There's BP torch, so I'm just going to drag that onto there. Come on a bit closer. Okay, and pop that there. Now I want to get the angle right because, let's make sure I don't have snap on. There, I just want the torch to be rested on the ground. You'll see it's highlighted slightly by the overhead light that's kind of hidden it. The reason for that is because we really want the player to notice that this torch is here. And yes, this torch is most definitely a proxy model. Okay, it will be being updated. Okay, so with the torch in place, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Captain Malin in. So let's go and find our good old friend Captain Malin. If that's you in the thread, Martin, hello, how are you? Right. So what I need to do next is go back to my blueprints. Don't need the fuel yet, but I do need my NPC. And here is my NPCs. Okay, so my NPC 2 and BP my NPC new wider. So I think it's new wider. Let me just check the code and drag it in. Probably not. Let's try this one. Interesting. So where are my new blueprints? Actually, this could be it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's actually this one. It's just got the old Malin model affixed to it rather than the new one. Okay, so if I go into my materials here, this is where I keep them, okay, including test mat 1111, because we all have one of those. And I'm going to replace the standee material with this one. Okay, so now you'll notice, oh, it's vanished. And the reason for that is because Malin now only appears in this instance when we walk up to him. Okay, so the idea for this being that if I just want to make sure that this is in my D1 level, and it is good. The idea being for this that if I click play now, give it a second. Malin appears, and he's supposed to appear see-through incidentally. Okay, so that worked fine. Now, what I need to do with Malin as well, okay, is hey doggy woofs. I'll have less of that, please. That's their names, by the way, doggy woofs. Right, so we've got BP my NPC 2 here, so let's just put him into a folder called NPCs, okay, so we know where it is. Now in BP my NPC 2, I'm going to set up the dialogue that he's using, okay, because I've got dialogue for this dude. So if I go into my dialogue system data main, and I'm looking for C1L1, okay, so is that Malin C1L1? Yeah, Malin C1L1. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll type in here Malin C1L1. Done. Excellent. Okay, so with that done, now if I click save and then play, will appear, which is what I wanted.
Young, welcome to the road. Your first
What if you just vanished immediately? Music's too loud.
Get the torch you're gonna need. Good luck.
Okay, well, he's vanished. Gonna have to work on that, and definitely gonna have to work on this. I think what I'm gonna have to do is move Malin a bit forward, and I'm probably gonna have to reduce the size of the grab on this torch, okay, because the grab on the torch is huge, so it's intersecting with the Malin character. So I think the best thing to do would be to take the torch or flashlight, depending on how lovely and American you are, and if I pop it here, it's just a case of making sure really that the flow's right. So you see, once it's there, it's hard to see that it's of any relevance compared to here. Okay, let's see Malin. Malin's here. If I put Malin here, see how that looks.
Young.
Still disappearing too soon. Not sure why he's disappearing so soon either. So I'm going to go into my blueprint, because I can. Come on. Got to work out what this problem is. Okay, so now you get to see, you know, all this exciting stuff. End on component end sphere overlap scalar vanish. So it should be that when this is gone and done, then we get the end of the overlap and he vanishes. But it's doing it now straight away. But we're still inside the sphere. Let's have a look. Viewport. Because the sphere doesn't get destroyed. Right. Event BP interaction. Okay, from BP interact. Excuse me, you two. Come on. Hey! You two, that's enough! Oh my god. Excuse me. Pillow. Thank you. We all did warn you. Thanks, John. Much appreciated, man. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Sorry, I'm not being patronising or anything. I really mean it. It's like really cool. It's a lot of the time you hear just shouting into the nothing. So on component end overlap, WS set activated. So this should be set and that. Okay, let's go and have a look at event BPI interaction. Make sure that, you know, we're getting that. Event BPI interact. Because we should be getting a message from the blueprint saying that it has completed its interaction. Check the event ran, BPI interact, character reference. Hello viewer 6, how are you doing? Don't forget to click like and subscribe on anything you like. I don't know what that means, I just hear people say it on the internet and that sounds cool. Unfortunately I can't see what your name is, if you have a name, which is a shame. I just assume I'm saying hello to you personally. Hello. Okay, so I need to check something out in my documentation. Isn't this good fun? Documentation. So don't want to watch a YouTube tutorial. That's not what I'm after.
Welcome back.
No, I said I didn't want to watch a tutorial. I'm looking for something specific. There. Here we are. Right. The script interpreter supports variables in line with the dialog text using wrapping to identify it. That's good. Hello, character names as well as within script scope such as in the condition column, branches column, or within blah blah blah. E.g. hello, x equals literal, string literals, namespaces. To access a variable through dialog, you'll need to first get a handle for the script interpreter and call its get variable function. Makes sense. Okay, well that's groovy. So I think Vanish on after interactions, just setting it so it's completely destroyed. I think I'm going to separate this. Compile and save. Okay, let's see how it looks with that, because I'm going to have to fix this. Oh, hello.
Get the torch. The door.
But it would appear I've already got the torch. Also, there's something very wrong with the boat. That's not good. Hell, I'll go for it. See, this is in... Oh, I'll fix it in a bit. We've got him there now. Okay, now over here. I've got my fuel, which I'm going to come over here to my blueprints and fuel. Grab my BP fuel tank. Yeah. Let's make sure it's still there by hitting simulate. Nice. Okay. Save all. Next, I'm going to go up here. Now these are lanterns, so I am not especially concerned about that. Right, let's go and check out the blueprint for this. Okay, so I'm going to access and activate these. So it'll turn on the engine room lights, turn on a lot of steam and stuff, which it already does. Okay, now from this, okay, so let's search details. Edit blueprints, open blueprint editor. Blah 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 blah. Will not receive decals, and neither will its friend. Compile and save. There we go. Because I don't want bloody decals on it, it looks silly. There we go. Door looks much better. That needs fixing, I'll do that soon. Up here, past the fence of Northrop. We end up here. We can go in, should we like. Chunk. And through here and through here. Okay, so let's have a look at my current lineup of dialogue. Good lad, see ya at the hoose. Well, I've only got 4 lines in here. Oh right. Silly me. I've only fed 4 lines into the system. Okay, so let's get this. And thankfully, you see, have not put my files back where they need to be yet. That's not good. Oh, flip off. What's going on here? The wiki. No, sync from desktop. Yes, wiki. There we go. Audio. Yes. Malin. Yes. Chapter 1 lines. Audio dictionary. Let's have a look at this. Welcome, lad. Good work getting the lights back on. Sit yourself down and tuck in while I tell you some history of the place. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set a timer from basically how long we are from when you first start the game. And if you do take ages, for whatever reason, then you'll get, like, you know, the message, oh, you took a while. Whereas, you know, if you don't, then groovy. We could also do it by making it so that it registers when the player goes a little bit more out of bounds, or, well, not out of bounds, but to areas that, you know, perhaps they shouldn't have spent the time on when they had a job, if you know what I mean. The point is, though, that they'll get into a little bit of trouble, but Malin doesn't care, the game doesn't care, do what you want, you know, that's the whole point. Okie dokie, so looking at this, we've had the initial dialogue with Malin, so I want to build up a rough Malin up here, and we've got two of them. Now, Malin will be in the living room, I think, first, sitting in a chair. That seems a good place, rather than sitting here at this lovely table, enjoying the nice fire. So for this, I'm going to need to change my camera speed to 3. And let's go into the big room over here. There we go. Now then, we'll take this chair here, and this is where Malin normally sits, that one with the cushioning. And I should probably hide it if we're going to be using Malin and his dialogue here. Which is a shame, really, because I like the chair, but there you go. I want to make sure that I don't lose it forever, so I'll just change it from visible, there we are, or even hidden in game. If I change it to hidden in game, we don't see it for the time being. See, hidden in game. Benefit of that is I can now put in sitting Malin in its place. Okay, so he's just sitting, enjoying the fact the electricity's on. It's all good, you know, well done, you. Okay, so for this I will... Hey! Excuse me, will you stop roughhousing? Okay? There's two huge bones. They're both the same size, and you both want to eat the same one. Stop it. Dogs. Okay, so for this I'm going to go to my blueprints NPC. And I've got BP, my NPC new wider, which I think is the one that I've been using. Again. Yep, don't care if it's outside the bounds of the level. I just want to make sure it's got the right components in, and it does. Good. Now, I'm going to angle it slightly. However, the angle doesn't especially matter, because when we're in here, okay, Malin will automatically turn to face whatever we're doing, which is a help. Okay, so next, under content, I need to get my NP standee. He's in materials and sitting. There we go. Thought I'd lost him for a minute there. Now then, I should have a slot to drop sitting in. Okay, that's cool. And if I can just move that out of here, because I don't really need my level sequence anymore. Right. And I'm going to play from here. So, play from here. We should still hear some music, because it just plays. But I'll sort the volume out. Okay, so when I come over here... Okay, there should be a reason why Malin's not appearing, I'm sure. If I have to go back to using my old one, I will. This is aggravating. Why is Malin not appearing? Okay. Don't have. Okay, so I'll just give him Malin C1 L1 just to keep them going. Play from here. That should do an overlap, so I'm not sure why it's not. I'll make sure I'm outside the overlap event. Okay. Okay, so this is not working, and I'm not liking this appear as much as I thought I would. Balls is all I can say to that. It did work before, and now this new system not working the way that I wanted it to, really. Shite. Okay, so in that case what I'll do is I'm going to duplicate my master material first. That way I've got a copy of it, because I'm about to go and fundamentally change the way the master material works. Give it a minute. Oh yeah, and that material that you're looking at there, real complicated. Oh yeah. Snap out of it. Thought it was like Cher was in the room there, wasn't it? Ho ho. Does anyone else notice that she sounds a lot like Snarf from Thundercats? Maybe it's just me. Okay, so Malin Master. Let's go into this flipping thing. As you may notice, this is a complicated looking material. Okay, there's a lot of lerps and a lot of stuff going on here. So if I just delete off all this complicated code, well, I think I started to be trying to be a little bit too smart. Never try and be too smart. And I'm going to plug in the opacity. There we go. Oh, look at that, I'm still streaming after however many seconds. Doesn't actually tell me how long I've been streaming for. It used to. Oh, 40 minutes. Okay, so there we go. Look, you can now see. Oh, solid. So if I click save, we should see a dude in a chair appear in a minute. Because that's how this works. Okay, so there's Malin in the chair, which means I can position him more exactly as well, which is kind of important because I don't want him intersecting stuff. And yes, this is pretty clever the way that we did this, so I'm kind of pleased with it. Okay, next. I'm not going to have him weird in the background there. Okay, now I need to go to my NPC management system, and I'm using my BP NPC new wider, because it needed to be wider because they're wider than they were. Okay, rotate, make standee, sink into the floor. Yeah, that's not a problem, we'll do that. What else? WS activated, check events ran. We've done that. Set rotation, yeah, we've done that. Just want to see if I've got anything in here that is going to give me any issues. Can't imagine it, but I'm having a quick look. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, that's cool. I thought I'd actually sent some stuff to the handler that I haven't. Set material, set visibility, NPC name, character standee material, construction script. Yeah, this all looks fairly kosher. I'm happy enough with that. Okay. Ooh. So, as you can see, he looks quite jolly sitting over there in his chair. Play from here. A little bit concerning about the fact that he's doing that kind of rotating around business there if I don't need him to, so I think I'm going to make it to where they'll only rotate if I need them to. I know this seems like a real bollocks on, however, it's something you need to do really. Okay, so if I come down here to my event graph, rotate the name text towards face, yeah, rotate the rotation, blah blah blah, get player pawn. So set world rotation is only something I need to do if I have a thing. and variable set. So I'm going to add a new NPC control, and should actor rotate automatically. I'll make that visible. And over here, this is a boolean, compile and save. Got it set to no now. Okay, so now I can just grab this. Okay, so I'm grabbing it, get should act to rotate automatically. I'm going to feed this into a simple if statement. It's not hard. So branch, that's your if. And my branch is going to sit somewhere. Here we are, event sequence. Oh wow, I hurt my head sneezing. That wasn't good. Oh, did it again. Well done, mate. Hay fever season then. So should act to rotate automatically. Let's bring this down here, because at the minute we're just doing a sequence, and I'm going to feed that into there, and then the true into there. Compile, save, and that affects every single blueprint in the game now, so it has to be turned on or off by default. Another thing I'll need to do then, so I'll just reopen that blueprint, and should act to rotate automatically, I'll put it into there, and I'm going to set it default to yes. Compile, save. So if I now press play from here, Malin there is going to be rotating wrongly, as you can imagine. That's fine. Now if I was to select Malin and turn off should he rotate. Oh god, my nose. Honk honk honk. I'm going to get coffee again in a minute. Play from here. It's good fun fixing bugs on the fly. There you go, look. Oh, well, that looks kind of okay, I suppose. Look at that. Malin's kind of there now. And I'm on the ceiling for some reason, because there's bounding boxes everywhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just rotate Malin a little bit to make him a teeny bit more convenient to look at. There we go, like that. Okay, there's not a lot of space for walking over here, you may have noticed. So I'm going to play from here. And that should have, there he is. Hello Malin, how are you? See? Malin, 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 Malin. Speaking of which, I also have access to my radio. So that's good news. Okay, so that's working. What's up, young lad? I'm doing some streaming. Streaming. Could you turn the kettle on for me if you don't mind, buddy? Oh, God. Actually. Right. Okay, so with that in place, I can now set up the audio, hopefully. Okay, so for this, I need to go into my data. Speaker, here we are. Speaker name. Perfect.
Anything happening today?
No. Today will be a quiet one.
Fair enough. Are you gonna call back the therapy?
Yeah, I'll call them up for you. Don't worry. I am going to go and get myself a coffee in a second. I just need to get this thing working.
It also looks like they're hard at work disassembling that bone.
Yeah, they've been working on it for a while now. Both bones in here now. Yeah, there they are. They're keen, I'll give them that. They are keen. Right. I might need to work on this collision volume here a little bit more, but such is life. Okay, so let's go into the data tables. Right. So format, font. Don't worry that you can't see this. This is my benefit. You don't need to see the script. You don't need to see the script. Okay, so let's make a new dialogue, which is going to be Bill, I think. Bill coming in. So add. I'm going to call this row name speaker ID. So Bill, because you are Bill Cromarty. Let me see. And it's called just new row, so we'll change that in a minute. But the text is going to be I got the lights turned on, Captain. Okay, so we have a few things here like response text, and branches. The branch we'll be going to will be Malin C1L4. Okay, so when we enter into this dialogue, it's going to be that Bill, you'll see a dialogue saying Bill said such and such, I got the lights turned on, Captain. There's no audio clip for that at the moment, but I can add an audio clip later. Now, the next thing I need to do then is go into Malin, welcome lad, welcome. So, this is just called new row at the minute. Hit F2. I'm going to call this Bill 1, because it's Bill's first line. Okay, let's add the next row, which is going to be, by the way, I do talk to myself a lot. Thank you, Don. Okay, text. Welcome, welcome lad. And I'm going to need to go to my assets, audio, chapter 1 for Malin. And this would be Malin C1L4. Welcome, welcome lad. And it'll go to branches, so it'll go to Malin C1 and then L5. So basically when he finishes this dialogue, he's going to move straight on to C5 again afterwards. Okay, so if I just click save, saves all that, add a new row once I've retitled this. So Malin C1L4, and let's add a new table in. So this one will be again, oh, I didn't put his Malin ID in, so it won't have a clue who's talking. This again is Malin, and the text for this is good work getting the lights back on. So I put that there. Good work getting the lights back on. There is no response text. Thank you, Captain. So we got the lights turned on. You can respond with thank you, Captain. Okay. Now so I'm going to go, it's getting on, get some warm food in yourself and settle in. So we make a new line, and what's interesting is, you see, these aren't flowing the way you'd think they are, because I can combine them to make completely new lines of dialogue by snipping. It's getting on, get some warm food in yourself and settle in. So I'll make a new data table for that. The speaker ID Malin. The text is, it's getting on, get some warm food in yourself and settle in. Okay. Response text is, "Will do, Captain." Okay, and post action with close to close the dialogue. Okay, now if I go into this one and just change its identifier, which was Malin C1L10. Okay, go back to Malin C1L5. Good work getting the lights back on. Thank you, Captain. We need some audio for this because we don't have any. So Malin C1L5. Malin C1L10. Okay, save. Save all, because you can never tell when it's going to bugger up. Okay, now let's do a quick check from here, because you don't have to turn the lights on, right? It helps, you know. A lot of blocking volumes over here that I'm going to have to work out. Yeah. Right. What is going on with these volumes? The collision volumes don't seem that large. Unless it's my collision volume that's quite large. Which is possible, by the way. I might have a very large collision volume. Let's just move this a little bit, because there's a fine line between a scene that is just right and a scene that, you know, you can't squeeze into. So play from here. There we go.
Young.
Okay, so Malin's now using the wrong dialogue. That's fine, that doesn't matter. At least he's saying something. So let's get the entry dialogue now for Bill 1. And it's Bill _1. Just so we know what it is. Okay, play from here. I've got the lights turned on, Captain.
Welcome, welcome, lad.
That seems like the wrong exit. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the right one. Okay, so shite. Play from here. I love how it just like looks like that. I think that's great. That really cheers me. I've got the lights turned on, Captain.
Welcome,
Welcome, lad.
Good work getting the lights back on.
Okay, it didn't actually swap over to the next line, however. So, welcome, lad. Branches to there. Good work getting the lights back on. Okay, should go to branching it. Malin C1L10. And incidentally, the whole thing about making a video game is you play it until you're so sick of the sight of it. But it works. That's the goal. You don't play it and go, that kind of works. No. Play it until you just wish it was gone and that you were dead. And then, yes, your game will work the way you want it to. Now then, I'm just going to move this coffee table, because even though it's in a pleasing place, it does prohibit our movement a wee bit. Now, I could, in all fairness, get rid of it altogether, but I believe it adds a little something to this, you see, so I'm going to move it so it's in front of this little chair here, because I think that looks quite nice. See how that looks? A little bit messier, I like that, you see. I'll just move that like that, so it's a bit like the table's just been kind of flung a bit. Let's see how that looks. play from here.
Welcome. Good work. Aye, it's getting on. Get some warm food in yourself and settle in.
Okay, so he's just vanishing afterwards, which is fine. I wouldn't mind a fade out. I might do a fade out. Hey, Kane. Why am I on the intermission screen? What happened here? Weird. Oh, I see what's happened. My flippin' thing. It's never mind. Hang on. I've got a missing tooth. That's never nice. Got a blank screen up there for the minute. I'm sure I'll come up with something to put there. I'm sure there did used to be images on that screen. Go figure. Right, where was I? Oh yeah. So, Malin. Vanish after interaction. Yes. Yes. Play. No. Simulate. That was. I want to play. So play from here. Still a wee bit jinky here. I'm going to fix that. That's the radio. Oh, and Malin's just vanished now. Okay, so kill that. I love how it's doing a kind of David Lynchy thing.
Welcome lad. Good work getting the lights back on. Aye, it's getting on. Get some warm food in yourself and settle in.
Bye, Captain. Okay, so there's something wrong with the way it's syncing there. So let's have a look at the blueprint, because I've got a feeling that the blueprint on this needs a little bit of love. Also, I'm going to change this to the prettier one. See, if it's a short intermission there, that's not really what I want, is it? I really need a new format on this bloody thing. This isn't an intermission. This is just me chatting. Yeah. Let's just stick something in it. Sources. Yeah, source. Color source. Add. There we go. Out of sight, out of bloody mind. That's what I say. Now it's not an intermission. Now it's something else. Words. To be honest, I prefer working on this screen. It means you can see what I'm doing with less detail, because I'm not trying to teach you. Okay, so let's have a look. Get the rotation, blah de blah, rotate the text, blah de blah, check, blah blah, standee sinks in the floor. Destroy actor. Well, okay, so sync, yes. Timeline, new location on Z is there. So what is this timeline doing? It's doing 0 to minus 192. Seems kosher. So, play from start. Compile, save. Check an event, so NPC is able to vanish. WS set activated, yep, goes over there. Blah de blah de blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. But only if it is set activated. Although this also sets activated. So let me have a look at this, see what it does. Force my way through here. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Kay.
Welcome. Good work getting... Aye.
It's weird. So strange why it does that. I mean, here I can see the standee is set at whatever. I'd rather it dissolved. I would rather it dissolved. Do you get the feeling I'm going to have to work on a dissolved material? Because I do. I mean, it's doing this thing here where it says make standee sink into floor. So we're checking that the, this can vanish. It's been interacted with. We know it's been interacted with. But it should only really do this on event actor end overlap. I.e. when we step away. Not on this bit. So let's get rid of some things like sync. Get rid of that. Get rid of the word sync. Get rid of destroy actor. Branch. Delay. Destroy actor. Set relative location. That and that. Okay, so we have everything now gone. If I do a compile and save. So what I need to do now, and this will be scary, is work with my blueprint. So blueprints. Now I did make a test material that I copied. It is going to take a while to load. Oh, it didn't take a while to load. That's good, but it's going to take a while to compile. Always something, isn't there? You think something's going to be easy, and it isn't. Right, as you can see up here, this is very slow because it's compiling this. So please give me a moment. Let's check my messages on my telephone. Dear Mr. Robson, blah, 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 blah. I need your thoughts about Xiaomi phones. They're very good. Don't know what that is or care. Don't know what that is or care. That's a bit depressing. Right. Okay. We're good. Okay, so as you can see, it's worked over there. So, Jesus, I've forgotten how bloody not crazy this thing was. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to make another copy of this. Okay, so I've got one, and save all, which will take a while. working with complicated materials is just like working with complicated procedural materials in 3ds Max. You know, you get something that's really, really nice, but it can take a little while. Now the whole point of this is that there was a gradient that was running this that would then control how much, you know, fade in and fade out there was on this. Now what I want to do is I want to affect the fade out on this. Hello Imre Nagi, how are you? I hope you are very, very well from wherever it is you are watching. It takes me a minute to see anything that pops up because it's over there on monitor 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 screens, baby. Okay, I think this is done. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the background noise and line interference on the mask, okay, because I don't feel that this is something that I really care enough about. It kind of looked okay, but not good enough, if you get where I'm going. Now, I'm going to take that and this multiply. Let's just start cleaning this up. There we go. And I'm going to bring this all the way up here. All the way up here. Aye. Now that's a 1 minus, if you're just wondering, just there, okay? And this alpha has bugger all in it. So okay, so there is my Malin type character. Now I want to output my mask into A. Let's see how that looks. Alright. And then in B, I'll feed this black colour. Okay, so now I can see we have a whole pile of nut and much going on here, which is cool. Now then, this is size of fade, which is a parameter. Okay, so we can adjust the size of the fade now, fed in through this parameter expression. So if I click save just to start that, and ideally if I go and change the parameter now, it will adjust that. The thing to watch out for in this is that I need to reset the parameter back again when I'm finished, once someone's vanished or whatever. Okay, so size of fade, that is coming from my, I think it'll actually be in my materials or something. Is it in Malin, paper, no, param, NPC system. Here we are. So this is the size of my fade just here, which is 0.05. Now the idea is that if I can bring this up, you can see Malin appears and disappears. Okay, so it's like a circular wipe unwipe, starting with 0.05. Can't go below 0.05 because if we go below 0.05, gone for good. Okay, so 0.05. Now its default value will be 1.8. That way I can see it. Okay, now this is where things get a bit more fun. Those are our base inputs. Gradient used for fade in and fade out effect. Okay, so I think we've got something working here now. Now what I need to do is I need to find this material and do some changes to it. Now these are my parameters. 1 and 2. My UVs and my standees. So Malin Master 1. Let's go into this. So Malin Master 1, we need to change this now to NPC standee mat M for master. Just so that I know what it is. And let's create an instance of it. Reason being, I can then check that I can put different things into it, and I can. Fab. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to change this to NPC Malin sitting, like that, and I'll close down this. Okay, so with NPC Malin sitting, what I'm going to do is build it so that I've got the sitting Malin, which is probably going to be under textures, and I'll open both these slots at the top here. So there is my mask, and there is Mr. Malin currently sitting down, and you'll notice that he's got a lovely background papery texture going on there as well, which is cool. And save. Okay, now if I come over here, this is Malin sitting 1, and I'm going to go to my materials, NPC Malin sitting, and just swap them over. You won't see a difference yourself yet, but ideally we will get one next. What I need to do after this is I need to change this event. So it's checked that the event has ran, because it has. Okay, when the event has ran and it's set to the WS set activated on this, which it did. Okay, so I think we need to set activated to not even remotely activated when it first goes in. So under viewport we should have a collision mesh. We do not have a collision mesh. Compile and save. Any particular reason? Distance probably. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a sphere to this. Here we are, sphere collision. My sphere collision is going to have a radius of 150. Too much, 100. Just about right. Okay. And I'm going to tag it in from the middle there of the character. Okay. Compile and save. Next. We'll go into my event graph. Okay, so pardon me. Call this the overlap sphere. Very handy. Okay, so I've got a reference to it which I don't need. So on overlap for this component sphere. There we go, overlap sphere. And what I need to do first is I need to set the value of a scalar. That's important. No, I need to set the value of Facebook. Right. So NPC Malin sitting. Okay, on component begin overlap, the first thing I need to do then is set activated, because it isn't. Okay, so he's only activated when you actually click on him. At the minute he's not activated, so you walk into him, not activated. He should be visible. Now, vanish after interaction, that's here. Run interaction. WS set event, these are all hidden. Pause after dialogues there as well. Okay, so on component begin overlap, we set a flag. We then check the event so the NPC is able to vanish. Okay, so when we end the overlap and walk away, then we can do this. Now it's a case of knowing that this sphere is going to be big enough for what we need. So let's change the overlap sphere. It should be here. Get its radius. There we go. We can update any overlaps as necessary. So NPC controls, collision radius is set. Stick it in the NPC controls. And this will be a float value. Compile and save with the default of 100, which gives us a 2 meter radius instead, 2 meter diameter, sorry. Now I'll drop that into there and attach it. Compile and save. Fabuloso. Next. Oh Steamy, you are so dreamy. Oh, Dan Fryer, hello! Oh, there's my lovely wife picking some stuff in the woods. Okay, so what I need to do next, got all this, all doing that, setting that, collision radius set. So now, when we leave, so actor end overlap, as long as it's been activated, then we're going to do a couple of things here. So we're going to run a timeline to change the value over time. So timeline true. So I'm going to add a timeline. I'm going to call this dissipate, because that's what it is, we're dissipating. Don't need new time, let's go into this. So it's going to be a float. I'm going to give it a length of 1 because we can, you know, multiply it if we need to. And we'll give it 2 values coming into this. So the first value is at a time of 0, 1.85. And the last value will be at a time of 1, 0.05. Okay, so compile, save. We now have 2 values, 1, 2. Get rid of that. Have I just closed down the entire fucking thing? Edit blueprint. There it is. Okay, so we've got the dissipate here. So this is going to be used to update scalar. So set scalar parameter value. It'll ask me which parameter I want for this and which collection. So collection is a bit further down. Param NPC system, I believe. Okay, so we're setting this to update using the parameter name, size of the fade. Now we need a multiply. No, that's a multi-gate. Plop, multiply. I'm going to do a float multiplied by a float before I send it into the parameter value. And then under NPC controls, I'm going to add a dissolve time. Okay, so we can literally set how long it takes to fade out, so we get some real tweaking on this. I'll move that up to my NPC controls, compile and save, and set the dissolve time standard to 3 seconds. Okay, let's drag our dissolve time into here. There we go. So dissolve time now is a multiplier on 3 times 1 is 1. So that's how long it's going to take. If you're getting bored in channel, trust me, game dev is not for you if you're finding this boring, okay? It takes forever, if you know what I mean. Okay, when it's finished doing its dissipate, we'll then kill it. So, under finished, I'm going to hide my actor first. So I'll get my character standee, pop it here and hide. Or set visible. There we are, set visibility. New visibility is going to be none. Okay, so there we go. It's not visible. I'll propagate it to all of its children. And then after that, I'm going to set the scalar parameter value again. So it's back to what it was. 1.85. Okay, because it's invisible anyway. And then destroy actor. Self. Okay, so what it's doing here is it sets the visibility off. Once it's done, it then does this, set visibility gone. It sets the scalar parameter back, so it's reset for anything else that needs to use it. Very important. And then it destroys itself, because we don't need it again. We've used it. That was exciting. Let's see if it works. I hope it does, because my brain hurts. Play from here.
Welcome, welcome, lad. Good work. Aye, it's getting on.
Well, that was cool, but it was a little bit fast. As in the dissolve time was a little bit fast. Now, my dissolve time is set to 3. Yeah, interesting. I think I might have the wrong... Oh, I see, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it's not going to change the time of the dissolve. It's just going to multiply how much it dissolves by. Okay, so let's just put this into here, and I'll just set the dissolve manually to 3 seconds, I think. 2.5 actually. Fuck it. Okay, and let's do that and that. Right. Now I'll put in a new one. There and there. And the time is going to be 0 at a value of 1.85, with a second value coming in of 2.5 and a value of 0.05. There we go. Now if I select both of these and make them a smooth curve, compile and save, and I'll get rid of my dissolve time because I obviously don't need it. And now let's try it. Play from here. That's right, Tommy.
Well, good work getting the lights back on. Aye, it's getting on. Get some warm food in yourself and settle in.
Yeah, I love that. That's grand. And the actor's gone now. You see, no collision on the flipping thing, because I had quite a large blocking volume stopping you getting through. So that's grand. I'm pleased about that. Okay, that's really happy. That's made me. So, okay. So the next thing I can do now is probably go into the dining room and oh dearie me. Ooh. Now he should only appear doing this dialogue if you've basically, you know, turned the lights on, came up here, all is fine. If you don't turn the lights on, then we're going to have like some different things happen. So for the meantime though, let us continue. We go into the kitchen dining room area. Okay, so what's going to happen in here is we're going to have Malin sitting. We're going to have some food on table. He'll tell you to sit down, and then we can run further interaction once we're sat down, I believe. Meanwhile, there's the lighthouse, which still needs its door put back on. This will happen. There's a lot of assets in here that if you... I mean, there's stuff that I made, but there's also, you know, makes sense to buy assets if I needed them. And those teeth, I love those teeth. I don't know why I love those teeth, but I really do. I also like this clock because I can get it to tell the right time, but why the hell would I want that? Okay, so another option I can have then, because these are all doors that can lock or unlock depending, so I can drive the player where I need to, is crikey, what's it called? I've forgotten. Yeah, I can lock these doors. Now, I want to do a little bit more of a change, I think, to this NPC. Okay, so we should have some options. Run interaction. True, false. I think what I want to do as well is I'm going to make it so that there's just a active, you know. So here's WS activated. I don't need that. But what I do need is WS will run, or WS, I need a good name for this. WS, anyone in channel who's got a good name for this variable, let me know, otherwise I'm going to come up with something that I can remember. Actually, I'll not even call it WS, I'm going to call it is this active? Is this active? Or should this run? There we go, should this run? Will be a boolean. Compile and save. And I'll stick it up in NPC controls and make it, should this run? Yes. Now if should this run is no, then I'm going to hide it all. So under construction script. Right, I'm going to go to the toilet. Please feel free to talk about me while I'm gone. Right. Where was I? Don't forget to ring that bell and ride that bicycle. Okay, so blah, 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 should this be run? So if should this be run is set to yes, then, you know, set visibility of everything. Set visibility. Or hidden, could be hidden actually. Set hidden in game, there we go, hidden in game. Propagate, there we go, get rid of that one. If it's hidden in game, also disables visibility, you see, so there we go. Should this run, gets popped in there. And then we can compile it. So, compile and save. Now then, if we're doing that, I wonder if I could override some scenery or not. Probably could, couldn't I? Just to get rid of an array of stuff until I need it. I'll see. I might add that in. Now, that's been compiled, so let's go over here to this. Should this run? Now, should this run doesn't appear to be doing very much, does it? Should this run is set to yes, let's set it to no, and just see how it looks then. Shouldn't be there. It's there. Oh great, well done. Well done indeed. Fuck's sakes. Okay, that was great. Well done. Let's not do that then. Utterly flipping useless. I think the best thing to do is just not have it in the scene if I'm not using it then. I do want it not to be visible though. So, let's see. Default scene route. Probably can set visibility. Yeah, why not? Set visibility just in case then. Let's just chunk it in there. And that. Stay that there. And that there. And put that there. And pop that in there. Right, so the visibility is propagated to its children. Right, so should this run at the minute is turned to off, I shall assume. Kind of handily dandly, I can't actually see it. I'll just have it selected. Should this run? Ticked. Compile and save. Right, so if should this run is what the flip's that? What's this box? This may explain why I was having an issue. What the flip's this? Oh, it's the box collision. But I don't need a box collision, do I? Is this referred to by anything? Okay. I can't see anything. Let's see. We'll soon find out. Okay, I still appear to have this fucking great big box here for some reason. I am not sure why. Where did this box come from? I mean, cube. Is it cube? Why is it cube? Why is it that size? What is it doing? And why did it come here? Okay, let's try it now. That would explain why I had so many weird errors, though. There was a weird hidden cube. Malon's just enjoying sitting there. Hello, Malon.
Welcome. Good work getting... Aye, it's getting on.
Will do. Thank you, Malon. Notice you're not vanishing much, Malon. Any particular reason, or...? Okay, play from here. I know what's going on here and why it's not as well. It's because the event interact's not running, and the event interact's not running because this overlap sphere has its collision set wrongly. Let's try that. Because until this has been set as being interactive, it will not vanish.
Welcome. Good work. Aye, it's getting on.
Okay, so hopefully... No. Although it might have been set not to vanish now, so we'll have to check the actual fucking thing. Vanish after interaction, alright. That could be the reason. Life out. It's a weird one.
Welcome. Good work. Aye.
Okay, so I have to consider whether or not this sphere is going to default to being big enough, and I don't think it is. So let's change it to 150. Doesn't seem to have changed that one at all, does it? Oh, I see. Collision radius 150. Compile, save. Okay, check the event so the NPC is able to vanish. WS set activated has been set. Good, let's dissipate. Yeah, that should probably be set. No. Okay, so we have
Welcome. Good work. Aye, it's getting on. Get some...
That's it. Okay, so we got that vanishing and reappearing bit. Now I've got a little bit where he's kind of hanging slightly over the table. There we go. And also, now that I've worked out what's causing the collision problems, I can put my coffee table back. I'll probably leave this space here anyway. I've seen enough old houses like decorated like this in real life to know exactly what the furniture placement will be like. Hello, new person, how are you? I can't see if you've typed anything, but if you have, hello.
Welcome. Good work. Aye.
And when he vanishes, we can then call the next sequence. Okay, that's great. That has worked the way that I wanted it to. It should do the same now down at the key. So next I need to rename my main blueprint, which is currently new wider. So NPC new wider becomes BP my NPC. And I'll put an underscore there. There we go. So it'll rename all of them now, hopefully, or thereabouts. BP my NPC. And this one I don't need. So let's see if it's in any of my levels at the minute. Yep, it's referred to by D1 and workbench, so I'll delete that in a bit. Now I can also make my chair reappear should I wish. Should I do that? An actors to replace option might be useful. Because I mean, this is a static mesh, isn't it? So let's see, NPC controls. Actors to replace the scene. And these should be mesh. How do I, let me think. Actor. That way it'll be any actor at all, which will be a help. Next, compile and save, open that. This is going to be an array just in case. And I'm going to move this up to my NPC control so it's at the bottom. Okay, so now you can see actors to replace. Okay, so what we're going to do on the first is we're going to hide anything that should be in here. So actors should be replaced. So set sphere radius, and also we get actors to replace the scene, plop. Pretty sure we can run a loop. For each loop, no break. So for each member of this array, we're going to hide. So set visibility. Okay, and the visibility is going to be for anything in here. Okay, so compile and save. This new visibility will be not visible. Now, let's see if we can get this to work. So what I need to do now is with my new BP my NPC here, actors to replace are this armchair. Okay, so this armchair should hopefully SM armchair 2. Well, it's not loading it up. It obviously doesn't want this reference. So that's not going to work. God, that's the door. That is still the door. They said sometime between 2 and 4. They said it'll be here between 2 and 4. I must have been a bit of game dev. Although I'm probably going to stop now because I've been doing it for 2 hours.